Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 my Out of the Park Baseball 24 playthrough with the Chicago Cubs. We are up to opening day year 2, and we'll see how far we can get in this episode. Before we get started, as always, please leave the video a like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Love the support I'm getting, love the interaction I'm getting here so far in this series. So let's jump in and let's get going. So I believe we ended at international free agents. I can't remember. It's been a few days now. Did we sign any international free agents? Let's look. I'm sure we did. Who did we sign? Let's go all the way back down here. We signed Benarvio, Cristoforo Benarivo, excuse me, Cristoforo Benarivo. We signed Benarivo. We signed, I think we signed a couple, right? We picked up Cervantes, really good defensive outfielder. Is that it? I think that was it. We may have gotten outbid on everybody else. Were we left with money? Yeah, we were left with $2.5 million. All right, that's fine. I did make a trade since we were together last. I had a team offer me a deal. We picked up a pretty good player, a good third baseman, Casey Schmidt. We picked up from the San Francisco Giants. He's the number 62 prospect in the game. Very good defensively. Looks like he'll be able to hit enough. May hit 280, 290, 15 to 20 home runs. I mean, that's a decent batting profile. Still not quite there yet, but decent batting profile. And I don't believe we had to give up much. Again, I've played a lot of out-of-the-park baseball here over the last couple of days, so I don't really remember. 311. I was right here. We traded Jeremiah Estrada. That's right. He was the reliever. We traded Estrada along with Jordan Wicks, who I guess is the number 110 prospect in baseball, but he's 24 and was really bad in AAA last season. So we traded Estrada, Wicks, and then Luis Verdugo. A shortstop who's not really a shortstop. He's 23 in AA. He was okay. So we gave up a bit to get him, but 25 years old. Looks like he's going to be very good defensively. So I was happy with that trade. And I think that was all we did between the time I saw you, other than obviously simming through free agency. So we have 33 players on our roster. It's April 1st. Opening day is April 4th. Let's go ahead and cut the roster down, shall we? Oh, that's not a good pitching staff. Our two worst pitchers are like our two most expensive. So we'll send Assad down. Mason Miller, we'll send Ethan Roberts down. Mason Miller was our Rule 5 guy, so we got to send one more pitcher down. Gil was bad during spring training. He was our worst pitcher by far during spring training, so maybe he's the one. Extreme fly ball pitcher in Wrigley doesn't always work out either, so out of option years. Anybody want him? I know we just picked him up last season, but if he was an extreme ground ball pitcher, that might be something I would have some interest in. Garrett Stubbs, backup catcher. Last couple years with the Phillies. I don't think we need a backup catcher, do we? No. I mean, we could, in theory, send Amaya down. This gives us another catcher for next season when Grandal go. Yeah. Drops are available. Money to 1.11 million. Yeah, it's fine. Make that deal. They'll probably come back and ask us for a, kind of a nothing prospect, but that's fine. So lineups, we have 31. So we got to send 5 batters down. So we'll send Amaya down. We know we're going to be picking up a catcher there. Alcantara's heart palpitations. That's no good. Willie Abreu, we picked up in the Rule 5 from the Red Sox, so we got to leave him on the roster. Canario can go down. Ooh, Alexander Canario has to be DFA'd. Darius Hill can go down. We'll start with Alcantara on the injured list. So we should be 3 more, yeah. Does anybody want Canario? It is opening day, so I'm playing this as we get ready for the Red Sox game to get started. No, nobody wants Canario, so we will waive and designate. Probably not the best use of resources there, but that's fine. Same with McKinstry, really. We have 28 players on our roster. We have 14. Oh, we still got to send a pitcher down. That's part of the issue. Oh, right, we're waiting on Gil. So that'll leave us, well, it still leaves us at 27 because we trade Gil and then we bring in the catcher. So McKinstry, I don't think anybody's going to want him, so we'll DFA him. Probably not, again, the best use of resources, but nobody even wants him. All right, we will DFA. We have to send another player down, really. We have 5 out. Yeah, we've got too many players. I really would like to trade Madrigal. Trade Madrigal and then go with a Velasquez and Abreu platoon at DH. All right, so Abel Moya, sure. Let's complete the deal. We bring in a new catcher, Garrett Stubbs. And yeah, Madrigal is going to be that guy that we offer. There's got to be some interest in him, right? No interest in Nick Madrigal. That's surprising. Sometimes it's funny what the AI values versus what you think they're going to value. Even at 100%, nobody is interested in this high leader, work ethic, captain. We have 5 outfielders. Morel will be that guy who can play all over the place. Okay, Madrigal goes down. That's the way it is. All right, so let's get to opening day. We'll let the game play. I'm not going to control it, so we'll just sort of see how the game plays out. What I might do is sim opening day and then pause, record, or sim through April offline and then come back and do May and June, or maybe I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I sim the first month and a half and then I come back and I do the second half of May and June online. That might work. And that gets me back on the schedule that I like, right? Which is opening day until July 1st. And then the next episode is just July. And then the following episode is either the end of the season if we're in pennant contention, or it sends us to the off season. So we end up doing 3 episodes per year, which I am pretty good with that speed, I guess. Respectable on the field, we will do our best. Top 100 prospects, we don't have any. Minor league system rankings, we are 9th. Wow. Ballesteros 29th. PCA 35th, Hernandez 49th, Schmidt 51st, and Porter Hodge is 76th. Let him start there, I think. All right, so we got to set our opening day roster. First of all, let's bump these all to 100. So who is the odd man out from a starter perspective? It's Keegan Thompson. Something like that. Actually, I think Brash is going to be our opening day starter. Let's go. Matt Brash getting the start on opening day. Ben Brown's not bad either, but I think, yeah, his ratings, his stuff is bumped because he's a reliever, but our bullpen's not good. Our bullpen is not good at all. So let's see how it chooses to set our bullpen up. Hughes is our closer. Uceta and Wisniewski as our setup men. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, I guess. We definitely are going to need to figure out a way to upgrade our bullpen here at some point, but I'm okay with that. Lineups. Versus righties. You can hear the TV in the background. That's me getting ready for opening day. All right, so what do we want to do here? So do we go with Wilyer Abreu as our opening day leadoff hitter against righties at DH? I think so. Nico Horner will bat second and play second. Suzuki's average is dropping. Ooh, he's not good. Brandon Crawford, he's not particularly good, so I think we go Schmidt batting third. Yeah, our offense isn't great here. Mervis will bat fifth. Swanson in the 6 hole. Morel batting seventh or batting sixth, playing left. Grandal will bat seventh at catcher. Suzuki will bat eighth, and Bellinger will bat ninth. I guess Stubbs will be our backup catcher because he's a lefty. We'll start him every second game against righties. Crawford is going to back up at second, third, and short. Back up at first as well. Yep, he does. Get him playing a few times a week here. 4th game, 6th game, 5th game, 8th game. Outfield, Velazquez. And can Morel play center? Not really. We don't really have anybody who can play center. Oh, Abreu's a 60. It's not terrific, but it's passable. Let's copy the lineup. Let's paste. Abreu comes out. Velazquez comes in at DH. We go with the same lineup otherwise. I think we do. Let's just generate depth charts. Crawford every 3rd game. We'll go every... Grandal's a switch hitter, so we'll go every 4th game against lefties. That gets Stubbs some playing time as well. All right. I think we also, however, we want to move Morel up against lefties. We do. We'll bat him clean up. We'll move Mervis down. And that is our opening day lineup. We don't have any money for this year. We do have some revenue per game is up. People are optimistic about the state of the Cubs. We've bumped our development and our scouting up. Our development's 18. Scouting is... We didn't bump our scouting up. That's not good. Oh, yeah, we did. We bumped it to 15. Right, so we're 15 and 18. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in to opening day. We will be starting... they're going to go Arozarena, Diaz, Franco, Manzardo. Lowe, Margot, Rayleigh, Brujan with Shane McClanahan on the mound. Go Velazquez, Horner, Schmidt, Morel, Swanson, Mervis, Grandal, Suzuki, Bellinger with Matt Brash getting the opening day start. Let's see how opening day goes here for the Cubbies. We're at home, so the Rays will bat leadoff. Will bat first. Payoff pitch to Arozarena is a leadoff walk. Brash has walked the first 2 batters he's faced. Strikes out Wander Franco. Payoff pitch to Manzardo is a fly ball to right. Lands in front of Suzuki. And Tampa takes a 1-0 lead. Oh, no, the bases are loaded, I guess. 3-0 pitch to Lowe. So that's 3 walks here in the first inning by Brash. Ground ball to second. And that's a fielder's choice. They're going to pick up a couple of runs. And they're going to pick up a couple more runs. So just like last year, against Houston, we got lit up in the first inning, and we were in a huge hole before we even stepped to the plate. As Brash has given up 4 runs here in the first inning, and they bat around. Send 9 men to the plate. They score 4 runs, and we're down by 4 before we even get a chance to hit. One away. Nico Horner with a 1-out double to left center field. Good start to the season for Nico. Hopefully he stays healthy this year. Casey Schmidt down to third, 2 away. And Christopher Morel down to third. So we get that runner to second, can't get him home. And we're down 4-0 in the second. Here's another walk. Brash has walked 4. Here's a base hit. I got to get him out of the game here. Remember, I'm not controlling this. So the AI will pull Brash when they are ready to pull Brash. He's given up 3 hits, 4 walks in an inning. Yandy Diaz, fly ball to right, stays in the park. Runner tags up, goes to third. Rosarena steals second. Diving play down at third base by Schmidt. Brash looking to get out of the inning if he can get Manzardo, and he does. All right, so we're through 2. Hasn't pitched well, but Dansby Swanson, that's a single to left leading off the second. That's a double to left leading off the second, even better. Mervis singles to center. Swanson will hold up at third, so we got runners at the corners, nobody out. Pitch gets away. Swanson will score the first run of the game for the Cubs. Mervis down to second base. Grandal fly ball to right. Mervis doesn't tag up. Suzuki strikes out. Bellinger flies out. So we pick up a run. Get within 3. Is Brash still out there? He is. It's a bit of a surprise. Another walk. Another walk. When are you going to pull him? Rayleigh drops down the bunt. 1-2 pitch. Here comes Drew Smiley coming in, facing Brujan, and immediately gives up a 2-run single to center. It gets through the center fielder, Bellinger. Not good. Not good at all. We are down 6-1 here in the third. Man, I hope Smiley just retires because he's certainly not going to opt out of the contract this year. Rosarena launches that one. Another ugly opening day in Wrigley Field. Last season, last year, I think we got down 7-1, made it 7-4 or something. But ugly, ugly, ugly. Well, we get one back right there. Nelson Velasquez with a moonshot onto Waveland. And it's 7-2. Watch the highlight there again. Let's watch the Super Stats replay. 100 miles an hour exit velocity out onto Waveland. There's another ballpark underneath Wrigley there, apparently. And we get a run back. Nico Horner strikes out. Casey Schmidt walks. There's a strikeout. Dansby Swanson now. Fly ball to center. And the catch is made. So we get a run back, but we are down 5. Strikeout to Franco. 1-2 to Manzardo. He strikes out. And the 1-2 to Lowe. Field. 1-2-3 inning for Drew Smiley here in the 4th. Matt Mervis. Fly ball to center. Catch is made out there. 1 out. Grandal. Grounds out to third. And Suzuki. Grounds out to short. So we go 1-2-3 in the 4th. Go 1 away here in the 5th. There's Drew Smiley still out there against Brooks Rayleigh. Rayleigh pops it to the second baseman, 2 away. And Brujan. Fly ball to center. So a couple of 1-2-3 innings by Smiley here in the middle innings. We still trail by 5. Bellinger. Cody with a base hit to center. We re-signed Bellinger for $2 million. Cody at $2 million versus Cody for 12. I'm okay with that. Velazquez homered his last time out. Strikes out this time. Nico Horner's hit by a pitch. 2 on, 1 out for Schmidt. Casey Schmidt, diving catch out in left field. Wow. Morel, 2 on, 2 outs. Another diving catch in left. Rosarena diving all over the place to keep this thing a 5-run game. Smiley still out there. Looks like that's going to be an infield. Nope. Ground out to third. 1 out. Rosarena now. 3 for 3. That's a double here. A couple of diving catches as well. 2-1. Here comes Jamison Taillon. So we go from Smiley to Taillon. Our expensive bullpen. There's a single and a Rosarena stops at third. 2-1. Fly ball to right. That should be deep enough to score Randy. Oh, he's out at the plate. Suzuki with the cannon from right field. Swanson. Dansby with a leadoff single. Mervis now. Pitch gets away. Keeps us out of the double play. And there's a line drive to right. Gets down. So runners at the corners with nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Yasmani Grandal steps in. He draws a walk. Bases are loaded. They bring in Zach Eflin to face Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki fly ball to center should be plenty deep enough to get the run home. Oh, he didn't even tag up. Okay, so still bases loaded. 1 out now. Bellinger pops it up on the infield. Infield fly, so we're going to need a 2-out hit here from Nelson Velazquez to get this done. Load the bases with nobody out. And doesn't beat it out. So we strand the bases loaded in the 6th inning. That's disappointing. Fly ball to center. Gets down in front of Bellinger. Low fly ball to center. That one's going to be caught by Cody. 2-2 pitch to Margot. Ground ball to second. And we turn over the 4-6-3. So it's time for the stretch. We're still down by 5. We've been getting some base runners. Just haven't been able to get anybody in. We got 2, 3, 4 here in the 7th. Nico grounds out to short, or to third rather. Casey Schmidt. Base hit to left for Casey. That'll bring up Christopher Morel. And he grounds into the 5-4-3. The 8th. Rayleigh walks. Still against Taillon. Diving play down at third by Schmidt. Payoff pitch to Betancourt. Fly ball to right center. No, it's going to get down for extra bases. So it should be run number 8 here. It's a triple. Second triple of the game for Tampa. They're up 6. We bring in Ben Brown here in the 8th to face a Rosarena. With a base hit to center. 7-run lead as Tampa adds on the extra point. Fly ball to right. Catch made out there by Suzuki. Wander. Ground to first, and that retires the side, but Tampa gets 2 more. Bottom of the 8th, Dansby Swanson against Zach Eflin. Leadoff single for Dansby. Yeah, we don't have a lot of power in this lineup. That's something that's severely lacking. Matt Mervis, fly ball to left. Rosarena catches that one. Grandal with a base hit to center. So over to third goes Swanson. So runners at the corners now for Suzuki. Yeah, with the bases loaded, nobody out his last time up. Draws a walk here. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. Garrett Clevenger against Cody Bellinger. Cody can do lefty on lefty here. Nothing. He can strike out. Now Nelson Velazquez comes up with the bases loaded again. And this time he gets a single. That single should drive in a pair. So it's 3 RBIs here on opening day for Nelson Velasquez. So 2 on, 2 outs for Nico Hoerner, and he strikes out. So we get those 2 runs back, but we are down by 5 again. Ben Brown here in the 9th. It's Kyle Manzardo. Ground ball to second. 1 away. Low. Fly ball to straightaway center. It's 2 away. And Manny Margot draws a 2-out walk. I'll bring up Rayleigh. Rayleigh fly ball to left. So we need 5 to tie, 6 to win as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And we'll send up Schmidt, Morel, and Swanson against Gerardo Hayes. Casey fly ball to left. It's 1 away. Christopher Morel, payoff pitch, strike 3, and Dansby Swanson rounds out to short. So we lose 9-4 on opening day, fell behind super early again. Wasn't all bad. Velasquez 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, 3 hits for Swanson, 2 for Mervis. Rosarena had a great game, both offensively and in the field. Pitching just wasn't great. Brash was awful. Smiley came on, did a nice job. So that is opening day. I'm going to go ahead, guys, now and sim to the end of April. I will be back on probably middle of May. We'll probably sim until mid-May, and then I'll come back mid-May, and we'll do mid-May through June online. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, we're back. It is the middle of May, as I said, May 15th to be exact, and we are 16-20, which doesn't sound good until you understand that we started 2-10. So we are 14-10 in our last 24 games. Things have been much better here since that start. We aren't a particularly good hitting or pitch. We're a better pitching team than we are hitting team. You can see we're 3rd in starters ERA. Bullpen is 9th. We're middle of the pack defensively. We just can't hit. 160 runs scored. We have gotten some decent performances here early on. Casey Schmidt hitting just under 300. OPS just under 800 there. Suzuki has his average at 325 right now. 4 home runs, 24 knocked in. Already worth more WAR than he was a year ago. Dansby Swanson's got a little pop in his bat. 8 home runs, 26 knocked in. But we've had some struggles. Willie Abreu in the leadoff spot, not great. Striking out a lot. Does have some pop in his bat. 9 doubles, 7 home runs in his 32 games, but hitting just 192. Need to see that average climb a bit. And then Nico Hoerner surprisingly struggling at just $190 here in the early going. Pitching-wise, been a bit of a different story. Matt Brash has been pretty good. He's been kind of up and down, but you can see he had 4 really good outings in a row here between April 21st and May 8th. Struggled in his last outing, but 1-3, 406. Hyung Jun So, our international free agent, in his debut, pitched a complete game against Tampa. 5 innings, 1 earned run. Then came back. He gave up 1 earned run in his first 14 innings. Was only had 2 starts where he's given up more than 3 runs. So he's been everything I could have asked for. Justin Steele's been pretty good. Mason Miller, Foster Griffin, they've all been good. So our starting pitching's been pretty good. Our bullpen has been okay. Brandon Hughes has not been good as the closer, but I don't really want to change anything else up as the rest of those guys have been quite good. I do have a pitcher down in AAA who developed this season. You can see him, Eduardo Nunez, is looking to be a pretty substantial player in our bullpen here in the relative near future. 75 stuff, 70 movement, 50 control, extreme ground ball pitcher. Let him pitch a little bit in AAA because he's never pitched higher than single A. Just sort of figured it out this offseason. So he'll be up sooner rather than later and in that bullpen. Crow Armstrong just kind of bouncing around here. Pete hitting pretty well down in AAA. He'll be up sooner rather than later, I'd imagine. How's Porter Hodge doing? Not great. 3-1, 704. Our first round pick from last year, Brock Wilken, his ratings increased, but his potential dropped. So that could end up being a bust of a draft pick, unfortunately. Some of our other players, though, are still kind of trucking along. Nicholas Sanders was our 3rd round pick. Everything is still there. The contact, Home run power is still there, so hopefully those ratings continue to develop for him. Yeah, so that's kind of how things have gone from a statistical standpoint so far. I haven't really looked to make any trades. I did offer Brandon Hughes around to see if anybody was interested in him. And Washington came back and offered us Cade Cavalli. And then when I submitted the deal, they came back and they wanted like one of my best prospects in addition to Brandon Hughes. So I'm not sure what that was all about, but we ended up backing off from that. And you can see there are some offers, nothing great. I mean, Torkelson, his ratings have dropped pretty substantially here. Yeah, nothing great. Luis Ortiz looks all right, but yeah, nothing that I would trade him straight up for. So we're going to keep clicking along here, and we will continue to play some baseball. We lose again. We got a makeup game against Oakland here. We had a game against Oakland rained out, and we went 14-1. Willie Abreu 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. Schmidt 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Brandon Crawford, who's playing first because Matt Mervis is hurt, only putting up an 850 OPS this year. Dansby Swanson 2 for 4, 3 runs scored. Grandal 3 hits, 3 runs scored. He's been great for us. Steele 5 innings of 1-run ball gives us the win. Cool. So we got 3 now against the Sox. 4 games under 500, make it 3 games under 500 with a 5-3 extra inning victory. I got the Red Sox game on in front of me. Velazquez 3 for 5 with an RBI. Swanson 2 for 5 with an RBI. Crawford 2 for 5 with an RBI. Grandal's got that average at 311. That's just obnoxious. Miller with another solid outing out of him. Back of our bullpen did okay, so we won. We've won 2 in a row now to make it 3 straight. Lose 13-8. Got Brash on the mound here in game 3 against the Sox against Steven Matz. That's a 7-4 Cubs victory. Velazquez 3 hits. Abreu is at a 3-run homer. Grandal, Abreu, and Bellinger. Yeah, Bellinger's been bad. But at $2 million, as long as he's playing okay defense, that's fine. Brash doesn't pitch long enough to get the win. That stinks. He pitched 4 2/3 innings. Got Milwaukee as we look to close in on the division winners. Oh, we lose the first game. See what happens here in game 2. We lose again, and I want to make sure that I come in here and set this to once a month because my White Sox series over on GM Games, I was forced to resim like 3 months because I forgot to click save. So we've lost first 2 games to the Brewers here. See if we can avoid the sweep. Nope, we cannot avoid the sweep. Not a good... we picked up Clark Schmidt off of waivers too from the Yankees, and he's been good, but now he looks hurt. So... snap this 3-game losing streak, I hope, against Los Angeles. We do. We beat the Dodgers 10-3. Bellinger 3 for 5, batting out of the number 2 hole. Dansby 2 hits. Suzuki 2 hits. Crawford 2 hits. This is what I wanted from Abreu. I don't care if he only hits 220, but gets on base 4 times here. Griffin. I love this. Pitching an indie ball last year for the Lexington Legends. He was a waiver wire, a Rule 5 pick for us this year, and he's given us some good innings so far. So we're 8 games out of first place, 4.5 out of a wild card. We're 3rd in the National League in runs scored, and 10. It's weird how we're 10th in runs against, but 4th in starters ERA. That tells me maybe that our Pythag is probably better than our record. Another game against the Dodgers. This time is a loss. We lose Schmidt for 4 to 5 weeks. Now is the time to go to Eduardo Nunez. And we will stick him right in a stopper role. See how he does there. Lose 1-0. That's a tough loss. All right. So we'll pitch today against, I don't know who, because it's All-Star game voting. 21-26. We get the win. Morel 3 for 4. He's been struggling this year, so it's nice to see him break out a bit. Swanson hits his 10th home run of the year. So goes 5, gives up 1 run. That ERA has jumped precipitously, or I guess you can't jump precipitously, right? You drop precipitously, but it has gone up significantly over the last month. 3.09 to 4.61 in his last 5 starts. So hopefully he can get himself turned around. We take 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers here and playing the 4th game of the series. We look for 3 out of 4. We get 3 out of 4 against the Dodgers. How about that? They have Ramon Laureano on their team. So we get RBIs from Horner, Schmidt, Velazquez, and Stubbs. Another great outing from Justin Steele. Hughes picks up his 10th save. That ERA is starting to drop. And we get the Cardinals, who are directly ahead of us. Let's see if we can gain some ground on St. Louis. Nope, we lose the first game. Lose the second game. Can we lose the third game as well? We know we win that one. So Mervis is still down. He's still down for a while with that hamstring injury. We win here 6-1. Horner 2 for 5, has that average at 209 now, has 3 RBIs. Brash goes 5, picks up the win. Smiley gets the save. We got So on the mound here as we look for 2 straight. We don't get 2 straight. We lose 2-0. We get the Indians for 3. So we are 6 games under 500. I think better than I anticipated we'd be, honestly. Our runs scored are down to 8th. We went from 3rd to 8th in like a week. We win this game 1-0 as we kick over to June 1st. The only run of the game, a Dansby Swanson 2nd inning home run. Steele gets the win. And sorry, I was just looking up at the Red Sox game. I got distracted for a second. We have player development. That's what I wanted to look at. So we know about Nunez. In fact, I think, his stuff just got better. So he's been, 10 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings so far. Wonderful. Abreu gets a little worse. Well, his potential drops, but the ratings are there. Brennan Davis gets worse. Davis is somebody I'm thinking about trading, truth be told. Trey Turner in the AL. McClanahan is the pitcher. Edwin Diaz, your pitcher of the month in the National League. That won't happen. A single here for the Orioles, or is that foul? No, it's foul ball. Adley Rutschman, who's already hit a home run in this season for Baltimore. All right, so it's June 1st. We're 9th in runs scored. We're 9th in runs against. If we look at expanded... Yeah, we're 4 games under our Pythag. We should be 28 and 25. It's kind of what I assumed would be the case. But that leaves me optimistic. Not that you always play to your Pythag, but it tends to level out, right? So what do we do from here? We don't have any money left for this season, so we can't take on additional salary, but we can certainly trade additional. I don't think it's time to trade salary yet. I mean, we could probably get something for Grandal, given he's hitting the ball really, really well. Same thing with Crawford, frankly. But we're not there yet. I mean, we're still in the hunt, so I don't know that. Obviously, if we can find someone to take Tayon's contract, we'll just sort of figure it out. But let's see what we get here. Yeah, nothing. We're likely just to be stuck with this unless we can, kind of find somebody to take 90, 95 and then back off. Yeah, not even at 95%. Rushman is out at second, and he just kicked Brandon Arroyo right in the face. That's a play down there at second base. Rushman with a goofy slide and rolled up onto his back and kicked Arroyo in the face. Yeah, so we're stuck with Tyone. The hope is that he ends up retiring, which he likely won't because he's not. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's not that good. I mean, he's bad, but the ratings. We hope the ratings continue to drop over the course of the season. Same with Drew Smiley, but his contract is such that he's not going anywhere. Although he's pitching well, so if he opts out, which I doubt, that would be wonderful. Wait, no, so he'll opt out. Okay, opt outs after next season, after this season rather. So my guess is that he doesn't opt out, but that was quite a slide by Adley. He boots Arroyo right in the back of the head with his heel. All right, so we're still in this, guys. We're only 4.5 games out of a wild card. We're only 7 games out of first place, so no reason to make any trades just yet. Kind of see what happens here in the month of June. We can kind of get hot and get close to 500 come July 1st. I mean, that puts us in a decent position. So Morel, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. Schmidt is 3 RBIs. Horner's got that average up to 211. Yeah, Bray with 210 all of a sudden is passable in the leadoff spot. Bellinger hits a home run. Grandal has 3 hits. Griffin picks up the win. We got the Twins coming up now. Oh, I forgot to... Suzuki's hurt. Wonderful. He's out for 2 weeks. All right. That's fine. So in right field will be Darius Hilt. I'll just stick him out there for now. All right, so we lose there. And we're down. We're 6 games out, under 500 again. Make it 7 as we lose both games to the Twins. We're still only 4.5 out of a wild card. So as long as we can stay in that 3 to 5 range, you take it. We got Cincinnati coming up. They're in last place. So they're only 2 games worse than us, but maybe we can make some hay, as they say. Make some hay against the Reds. We lose the first game. Lose the second game. Yeah, so it's not looking good so far. So we'll call Mervis back up. Crawford is still raking. I mean, I don't really want to take him out of the lineup, but I will swap him and Mervis against lefties. Let's play every other day. Yeah, so we keep losing some games here. Now 5.5 out of the wild card. Figure 3rd week of June, see where we stand there. We've had a really bad stretch here. We've just lost 6 games in a row. We're now in last place. Here's another loss. A huge losing streak, and then you get DeGrom. We scored 1 run in the last 2 games. Morel now has diagnosis pending. He's only day-to-day. Hey, we win. 5-1 victory here. Horner with a couple of hits. Couple RBIs. Same with Bellinger. Justin Steele it doesn't matter what's going on around him. Justin Steele just continues to perform for the Cubbies. Sox going to get out of the inning here? Not yet. Let's try trading Hughes again. I'm turning the heat off in my office. Hang on, guys. All right. So Brandon Hughes, I see Tanner Houck on there, and I am immediately gravitating towards that. The ground ball pitcher is better than what we want, right? I mean, we don't like the fly ball pitchers. Are better than what we're giving up. He is a reliever in this save, given the 35 stamina. But good stuff, good movement, controls passable, 2 really good pitches. So that's a potential option there. Zapuki, fly ball pitcher, Brandon Bielak. I'm not sure which one it is, but ground ball starter. Some options from the Yankees. Carson Coleman, I believe, is their actual starter, is their actual closer right now, and he's, wow. 80 stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the answer. And I may actually come back to the Red Sox to talk to them about Houck. I like Tanner Houck. Sanchez is out for 12 months. Yeah, Carson Coleman, I think, is that guy, but let's just double check. Nick Gordon. His ratings have dropped. Yeah. Carson Coleman, let's go. Real good deal if you ask me. I agree with you, so we will submit that. And we will make that trade, assuming the Yankees are okay with it. Yep. And they just want any random. Yep. We will complete that deal. Give up Brandon Hughes, which isn't, I mean, 65 stuff, 45 movement, 55 control. He's got 2 good pitches, high work ethic. But the guy we get back, Carson Coleman, 80 stuff, 55 movement, 3+ pitches. We now have a couple of high-powered arms at the back of our bullpen right now. We put him right in as the closer. Go high leverage for both of these guys. So Nunez and Coleman, we now have 2 really kind of badass arms in the back of our bullpen. I am happy with that. Fans weren't crazy about it. Speaking of the fans, we're at 73 loyalty right now. Still have a pretty significant bump in revenue per game. I would like to get close to 500 this year because I would like to continue to bump scouting and development. And what do we have for upcoming free agents? From a pitching perspective, Brandon Woodruff out there. Wouldn't mind picking him up from Seattle. Tyler Glasnow, who was a incredibly popular pitcher of ours in my Colorado Rockies playthrough a couple of years ago. What about offense? Because we're really struggling with our offense. Timmy Anderson, switch him over to the north side. Alex Bregman looks like he's going to be available. So there is going to be some there are going to be some names out there. We got Paul Goldschmidt. Yeah, so there are going to be some potential decent names out there in terms of free agency. So I'd like to have money both for free agents and money to upgrade our scouting and development. But we got to win some games in order to make that happen. All right, so we win there 2-1-10. Suzuki is back. 2 RBIs from Stubbs out of the number 9 hole. Coleman goes an inning and 2/3 in his debut, striking out 3. You love to see that. Who gets sent to the minors here? Alcantara, I believe. We will bring Suzuki back in. Stick him back in the lineup, and I'm just leaving him kind of where we've been batting him. I mean, he's hitting the ball pretty well out of the bottom of the lineup, so no reason to screw with that. We're 12th in runs scored, 7th in runs against. So from a pitching perspective, things look pretty good right now. Just need that offense to come around a bit, guys. Back-to-back wins over Seattle, or over St. Louis, rather. 2 low-scoring games, but 2 wins nonetheless. Grandal, Sasugi, and Schmidt each drive in runs. Schmidt hits his 10th home run of the season. Brash, 5 shutout innings, gets the win, and that's, Nunez and Coleman at the back half of our, in the 8th and the 9th inning. If you aren't beating the Cubs now after 7, you probably aren't going to. With Eduardo Nunez, who has been just unbelievable, 27 strikeouts in 16 innings, and now Carson Coleman with his 6 strikeouts in 2 2/3. The game here against the Cardinals. We look to crawl back into this a little bit. 9 games under 500, make it 8 games under 500 as we sweep the Cardinals at home. Schmidt with a huge game, 4 for 5, 5 RBIs. Nico's got that average climbing up to 234. Morel, 3 for 5. So picks up the win, has that ERA down under 4 again. 3-game homestand now against San Francisco. Still in last place. We won 3 in a row. We lose there. Morel has a setback. Game 2 against San Francisco as we're 9 games under 500. Make it 10. Drew Smiley gets hurt. Who can we call up now? Back-to-back losses to San Francisco. Daniel Palencia. Ben Leeper, fastball slider. Do we just go with like Javier Assad since he's... No. Let's go Leeper. Let's call Ben Leeper up. Yeah, we are 8 games out of a wild card, 8.5 out of the division. So yeah, we're not. I don't think year 2 is it for the Cubs either, but I don't think we're that far off, truth be told. 30 and 39, so we take 1 out of 3 at home against the Giants. A couple hits for Horner, a couple hits for Crawford. Mervis hits his 3rd home run. Suzuki hits his 6th. Miller with 6 shutout innings. Our pitching staff, our starting pitching staff has been really good. Look at that. Every one of our pitchers is a sub-4 ERA. Love it. Casey Schmidt was a solid pickup for us. Yeah, I'm happy with the way the season is progressing. How is Pete Crow? He's unhappy because he wants to be in the majors. Yeah, he's raking. I mean, it's got to be time for him soon. Speaking of that, is anybody interested in a Cody Bellinger for $2 million? I mean, we can keep Bellinger as our backup, as one of our backup outfielders, I guess, if we really wanted to. We get Nick Gordon. They really want to trade Nick Gordon. I feel like that's not an awful play. He's the number 96 prospect in the game. I'm just trying to get something additional. You know how it goes, right? Just get as much as you can. I think I'm okay with this. I don't know who he replaces. I think Gordon comes up and then PCA replaces Darius Hill, I think is the move. Yeah. I think that's the move. So now we send Hill back down to the minors. And we call up our stud, Pete Crow Armstrong. And he will get those. Wait a second. The deal hasn't gone through yet. Right. I got to wait for them to okay the deal. I'm like, why is he still there? All right. So you want Keyshawn Collier? Sure. All right. So now the deal is done. We should be a man short. We are. Not the international complex. We want to go to designated for assignment. Call him up. Crow Armstrong comes into the lineup in center field against lefties and righties. How is he against lefties? He's passable, but I'm still comfortable leaving him in that 9 hole. We've got Nick Gordon now, so yeah. Mervis, Velazquez. Gordon can play second. Yeah, he plays everywhere. Okay, cool. So we will have him be our... What are his outfield ratings? Is that a 2-run homer? It certainly is. It's 3-1 Baltimore in the 4th. That stinks. Okay, so he's more of a corner outfield guy, but Velazquez is actually better. And then Crawford is actually better defensively. So I don't know how much playing time Nick Gordon's going to get this year. What we will do, though, is get a scouting report, make sure that all those ratings are correct. Who hit that? Who is number 29 for the Orioles? I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Get up to July 1st here. We're 9 games under 500. Make it 8 as we beat Miami 4-3. Abreu 2 hits out of the leadoff spot. Crawford reaches base 4 times. Swanson has 2 hits. RBIs from Horner, Swanson, Morel, Suzuki. Brash 5 shutout innings to get the win. Another game here against Jesus Luzardo and Miami. We win again. It is now, we win this one 7-2. Velazquez at a home run. Abreu, Swanson, Velazquez, all homer. Abreu has given us some good at-bats this year, man. That OPS is low, but if he has 53 extra base hits this season, I'll take that. I mean, you have to think that everything else will come along with it. So gets the win. We look for the sweep of Miami here. We don't get it. Another hit off of Corey Kluber, who's now given up 3 runs in 3 1/3 innings. Not great. 3 against Philadelphia now. The Phillies come to town. Or I guess we go to Philly. No game yesterday. Rain out. We got a doubleheader today. Losing both ends of a doubleheader is never fun. We get swept. Lose Ben Brown for 4 months. So we have now lost 3 pitchers from our opening day pitching staff. Looks like our last series of this episode will be against Pittsburgh. Oh, come on. Here's another hit. Runners at the corner. Schmidt's eligible to come off the DL. I guess we can immediately send Assad back down to AAA. Schmidt back up, make him a middle reliever. Leaper a long reliever. So we got a day off and then 2 games against Pittsburgh. We're 8.5 games. Look at Cincinnati. They were in last place not too long ago. We're 8 games out of first and we're 8 games out of a wild card. So I think July will be an opportunity to make a couple of deals. Maybe move on from Crawford. Maybe move on from Grandal. Yeah. Let's see how game 1 and game 2 goes here. We're now 11 games under 500. We win 2-0 in this one. RBIs from Schmidt and Mervis. So was 6 2/3 shutout. And then Wisniewski, Nunez, Coleman come in and lock it down. And the final game of June as we look to move 9 games under 500. So we get the pitcher of the month and the rookie of the month in Coleman. We win 6-3. Crow Armstrong hitting 176 in the early going 3 for his first 17. Swanson at 287 with 14 home runs. Mervis hits his 4th. Steele, Coleman. Yeah, I mean, not a surprise, right? I mean, he came to Chicago and was absolutely dominant. But to win the pitcher of the month, really? That's a bit of a surprise. Oh, he must have also pitched only this month for the Yankees as well. He was the pitcher of the month in the National League. Let's go. All right, so it's July 1st, guys. That's going to do it for this episode. Next episode will be July. We will get through the draft. We'll get through the trade deadline. And then the following episode likely will be me simming the rest of the rest of the regular season and then getting into the offseason. I'm not crushed by how this season is going. We've got some decent performances. We have fans coming out to the game. Not as many as I would like, but we have fans coming out to the game. Hopefully we can get out from underneath Smiley's contracts. He's pitched. I want him to pitch well this year because I want him to opt out. But yeah, trade deadline. I mean, is this the time for Seiya, or do we? I think maybe we hold on to him to next season. But Grandal is definitely a trade option. Brandon Crawford's definitely a trade option. We'll continue to try to move. In fact, Madrigal's been in AAA all season. I completely forgot about him. Out of sight, out of mind. The former White Sox, Nick Madrigal. Anybody interested in him yet? No. That's bizarre that nobody is interested in him at all. All right. Well, that's going to do it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We're bad, but we're not bad. Got the draft coming up. That'll be fun for next episode. And we're starting to piece it together here on the north side. So that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.